Except for Mr. Philly, because we already helped him.
All right. So bring us computer questions.
Phil,
Sorry.
Bill, Lester.
you got another one?
Yeah, give me a second to think about it.
Okay, next.
How
Okay.
about your link to Google Drive? How you were asking how to get from one recording to the next? How about you ask that one again?
Okay, Bill, listen up.
Because Bill knows. I don't know.
Am I
Pay
listening?
attention, please.
Okay,
I'm not going to repeat myself twice.
okay.
Okay, I
He's
have,
in trouble now.
yes, I have Jerry's recordings. And
Well, that's your first mistake right there.
that's what I thought. And my daughter downloaded the program to help us get into his um,
Did you
record.
send him a program, Jerry?
The one, no.
He's got
No.
430
Did she set up,
created
hold
programs.
on, Les. Did she set up a quick link for you with that email Jerry sent out to you?
No,
Okay. Why aren't you using that quick link so that you can play those videos or
Recording.
recordings?
Bill, I'm just going to tell you, we didn't know it.
You didn't know?
No,
Uh-oh.
we did not.
Jerry, why didn't you let him understand and know?
I don't know. I'm a slacker.
That's it.
Okay. So she so okay, so what you're trying to do it the same old ways you've always done it.
Yes.
So okay. So that's why Jerry sent out that email. You want me to forward it to you?
Blank,
Hello?
actually.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, forward it to him. Because it's real simple. It's easy to navigate. It's just like a list. You go down the list, you hit enter, you open it up, you get to listen to it.
Oh, that's nice.
You
Hmm.
just
See,
said I
I
just
thought
actually just sent it to the Hawaii TI list just a moment ago.
Yeah.
I thought I was your favorite, and what happens? You don't let me know nothing.
No, we keep it all from you because we love
Yeah.
you calling us and bugging us 3, 4, 5 days a week. Oh, that was
Hey,
a secret. I'm sorry.
hey, Bill, I asked Mario to send you a bill on all the times that you helped me so that right now you owe me 150 bucks.
Mm. Well, checks in
I
the mail.
gotta, and I gotta
China's
ship.
still cool.
Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Well, what I did is I went into the Google Drive and I renamed last um every last uh meeting.
Yeah.
So now
Every, don't listen to this one. You can listen to this one.
any any file converter thing is now no longer shown up now.
Cool. That thing's been a bugger. Because I know what Les was going through. I had it too. And then when I was able to get around it, then it's just a pain in the butt to get around it.
Now it
And
just says Friday night class for everything.
It does.
Cool.
There's one particular recording I'm listening to where Bill said I was such a nice guy. He always likes using me as a guinea pig. So wanna I'm gonna put that on the web.
you're gonna put it on the web.
Yeah.
If you make any money off of it, I get my 10%.
Okay. But Bill, can you teach me how to
Really? Because I've been putting them on YouTube.
Okay, we'll put them on YouTube then.
No,
And
No, I
So
thank you guys
it's
for
it's Jerry's Kids. YouTube, Jerry's Kids.
Jerry's
Jerry's
Kids.
kids.
Yes, Jerry's Kids. Just see all our videos up on there.
Now, thank you very much for all the help you've given me, and I appreciate it.
And I
And you
ran
guys,
into my computer at work, just decided to go to the classic view, right?
uh-huh.
And then it did not recognize my company's email account. Said
Huh.
said no, it wouldn't let me in.
What?
Yeah, so I had to call our whoever does our tech stuff for all that. And he went in there and he's all, what? Took him a little while to figure out what the hell it did. Because he's going, there's no way you don't have to go to Classic. I go, I know that.
Hey, Bill, remember when you and I we were working on Outlook and the computer said access denied. I'm like, what is going on? Remember we were trying to figure out the Outlook, not the Outlook not the Outlook email, but the Outlook interface.
Oh, the interface, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I found out is at the very top right corner, there is a slider.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, which, most of us would not be seeing that.
Uh-huh.
And it's a slider to turn on the new view in Outlook.
Oh.
Which, of course, if you haven't listened to us tell you in the past, it's kind of be a refresher to tell you that the new Outlook is just the old Outlook because it's really the online version where it dummies down Outlook to where you have less capabilities, less things you can do in Outlook.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are they forcing people go into a new Classic? They're calling it a new look, right? It's not a new look.
Yeah.
It's been on the internet forever. It's the internet
Forever,
look.
yeah.
But have you heard anybody heard anything about if they're gonna actually make everybody go to the new look with the new Windows coming
No,
up in October?
nope.
No? Okay.
Hmm.
Because I haven't heard anything. It's like it seems like they're trying to force you into the new look. Especially hiding that slider, which if you're using JAWS, you can hit that thing really easy
Quick.
with a
But
stupid
but
keystroke that you
you
don't
know what?
even mean to do.
I know, but you know what the best thing is?
Hmm.
If you actually have the app itself and not the web page, you don't have that issue.
No,
Ooh.
I have the app. I have the app on the computer.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's weird. That must have been something with the recent update.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking because I have not touched that computer and then I go on it I can't get my laptop. I have to get a passcode and all this stuff just to get it hooked up to their printer, their network thing, and I don't want to do that. So I send the stuff to my Outlook account and then go on the desktop and then print it from there.
Oh,
Yeah, so I it's like I refuse to have any kind of access for them to be able to say, "Hey, we need access to your computer." You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
You
Yeah,
know what?
I don't even sign my computer onto Teams for the company.
I don't
'Cause
blame you. I wouldn't either.
Yeah, because there's a thing in there where they can access your stuff through that, and I'm like, nope.
Do
You don't
you
get any of
do
my
you,
junk.
do you recommend that we use the new Outlook or keep the old one?
Keep the old one, I
Keep
guess.
the old classic view.
Good.
Yes, even though it's glitchy, but then there's some days it just it works like gangbusters. It
I'm
works
not having
great.
any problems with the Outlook at
Oh,
2021.
I have it stutters and skips,
No.
Yeah. Have to go out of it, come back into it.
Sometimes I do too, but it's working very well. I I, I I chew Windows up arrow every time I open it.
Uh-huh.
When I open it for the first time in the
That
day.
might be. I don't do that all the time.
Uh,
I don't think of it all the time. Now you have reminded me of it. Thank you, Phil.
Wait, but
Hey,
doesn't the Windows up arrow will maximize your screen though if you're using JAWS?
yes,
Mhm.
exactly. And Jaws likes maximize.
Yeah.
That's the Windows
The Windows
maximizing key.
maximizing key.
Yeah. What's the one you use?
I use Windows up arrow as well to maximize my screen.
Oh, then why were you asking the question?
So Ulysses,
Oh.
is the
It's
question
just a coincidence, I guess.
so Ulysses, is your question is that a were you saying that's a JAWS command?
Mm-mm.
Mm,
Is it a JAWS command, Windows up arrow to maximize?
I believe it's a Windows command, not a JAWS command.
But are you sure?
Yeah, I'm definitely sure.
Okay. Well, you're right, but at first you thought it was a JAWS command.
I
It's
thought it
not.
was a JAWS command at first. It's a Windows.
Jaws likes it. That's the thing.
The first clue that it's a Windows
Jaws likes
command.
all Windows
Wait,
commands.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
The first clue that you can get, Ulysses, that it's a Windows command is especially if you have to hit the Windows key in front of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Any
you're gonna,
any
search for
Windows
the
as
program or
the
whatever.
what is the Windows key? What kind of key is that, Ulysses? You remember?
Your start command, your start
N-
menu.
No.
Oh.
We did a lesson on this thing called the U of something. And I gave you told you guys that all those keys on the U of the keyboard, right?
Oh, the Windows.
What are
U?
those keys?
Not Windows use. He didn't say press Windows and U. No.
No, I didn't say press Windows and U. I said the U of the keyboard.
I don't know what that means to use the keyboard.
Okay, escape down to control on the left side of your keyboard, all the way to the right where there's another control,
Including
up
spacebar,
to
alt.
backspace.
Yep.
Is the U of the keyboard.
It makes
Alt backspace is
it
the
It makes a
keyboard.
giant U is what it does, Mr. Phil.
Oh, that's what makes it. Alt backspace is the U of the
It's a
keyboard.
way of teaching people, and this is I'm not going to say the word because I'm trying to see if anybody remembers the word, what those keys are.
Oh,
Home row,
The JAWS key is also one of these keys.
So
the
Phil,
modifier key, right?
Ding, ding,
there you
ding.
go. So
Modifier key. So
So
what
you-
is the Windows key?
The Windows key is
It's the
just said it.
Windows
You just
key.
said it.
the modifier key as well.
I had a guy this week doing that to me like for a half hour. I'd just tell him and he would say it, and then I'd ask him again, and he's sitting there all like, I don't know.
There's got to be a trick to it.
Yeah, like I'm trying to trick him, and I'm like, I'm not trying to trick you. I need confirmation that you know it. You gotta 3 times everything when you're teaching. So
Uh-huh.
Hey,
Come
Ulysses,
here, come here, come here.
Ulysses don't even know what computer he's got.
Huh?
your butt over here.
Gary, what?
I said you don't even know what computer you got, let alone.
I got a Windows 7 laptop, man.
got a Harvard computer.
Well, I know you know, Mr. Phil. I know
Oh,
you
He's
know.
got a heartburn computer.
No,
Wow, I'd hate to get a lot of heartburn.
a Hartford computer.
Hey, Phil said he likes his heartburn.
I'm trying to finagle Jerry to come down a little bit. He just refuses.
Man, I'm giving you the best deal, and now
I know
now
you are.
computer prices are getting ready to go up. Unfortunately,
Uh-oh.
they're trying to go up on me.
Your vendor. You gotta
Everybody,
get a new vendor.
It's hitting
Yeah,
everybody's.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
Yes,
But
Mr.
did you
Left.
hear China lowered their prices on
Tariffs?
theirs, yeah, on some things, not everything. So they're
Uh-huh.
trying to come to the table
What? Yeah,
on the tariffs.
they're trying to
Yeah.
act like they're tough still, but yeah.
Dude, they got a bunch of unions going on strike because
Mhm.
they haven't been getting paid because they're making stuff and it's not going out.
Yep. So, Mr. Les, what is your question, sir?
How do I refresh the meeting tonight? Because I can't get my mute button to work.
Mentos.
You're kidding.
It's the fresh maker.
It's next to the cement maker.
Being recorded. It's also being transcribed for AI companion.
So
This meeting is being recorded.
you're trying to refresh, huh?
Yes.
Has he tabbed over to the got it button or
Yes.
first time?
Have you got it yet?
No.
Remember,
Tab to the got it button?
yeah,
Yeah.
when every time when I first started recording, you got to go to where you say got it. That says that you understand you're being recorded.
Okay.
Manage notification Bluetooth. Manage Bluetooth button. Manage notifications Bluetooth button.
He's not gonna find it.
Why don't you
Right
press
there.
F6? Let's
F6 and then tab to OK.
or got it.
Is F6 next to F7?
Yes.
Yeah.
F6.
That's
Tap.
live.
Notifications button. To activate
Tap.
Bluetooth button.
What?
Tap to got it.
Manage notification Bluetooth button. Manage notification.
I don't know how he got there, but he's got somewhere way out of the way.
Hey, Les, press
Lester's very
insert
capable of
T.
doing that.
Insert T to
Okay.
go to your title bar, Lester.
Give me a minute. I'll be right back. We blew a fuse. I gotta fix it.
Oh.
Be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't
I'll
talk
Lester-
about me.
Watch
course
out,
we will.
Lester blew a fuse.
He probably did it because I don't know how he got to where he's at, but he sure got somewhere.
He's happy fingers over there sometimes.
Oh boy.
You're not the
Alt-
only one. You get a lot of people with
Yeah.
happy fingers.
He's probably gone to Alt Tab now until he gets back to, or the JAWS
In-
F10 and then go back to
Yeah,
the
insert
Zoom meeting.
F10.
Yeah.
I got someone going from Mac to Windows, right?
And
And they're hitting window like they're thinking they're jumping ahead of the lesson and hitting keys that are
Yeah.
on the Mac, and it's like start laughing. Go, I didn't tell you to hit that key. I didn't tell you to hit that one. Oh, then I have to get them all back. I have to pull the keyboard from them and get them back to where we were.
Mr. Ulysses, do you have any computer questions?
I sure do, Mr. Jerry. Now, when I go into my emails, like my junk or my trash folder, I get these weird email that says, Ulysses UDoc 29, your subscription will be closed. Can I just delete those emails and don't read them?
Well, the danger that you get, but if you think about opening them, is they're a scam more 99.9% of the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I just don't want to go ahead and read those
So
emails.
delete them.
Get rid of them. Yeah.
Well, move
Okay.
first.
And then another
Start
question.
moving them to trash
Yeah. Okay.
or junk. Move them
Okay.
to trash or junk,
Uh-huh.
and then you should start seeing them kind of go down because your
Oh, okay.
your outlook will start thinking, okay, this is going to.
Yeah. I'm doing this on my
Some
phone
of them
too.
won't, so you'll
Right.
just delete them.
And
But
then
it should cut them
another
down.
thing too, Jerry and Bill, that I'm kind of concerned about is what does anybody know how to do a Google checkup? I don't know how to do that.
You have to get a stethoscope and everything else.
No, that's not what I mean.
So
I
Make
know
sure
it.
make sure you glove.
why are you trying to do a Google? The first question you got to ask yourself is why are you trying to do this?
Because I'm trying to figure out about the Teams thing.
The what?
I tried
thing.
to log into to the workshop, and it's not letting me. Again.
Through the Teams website or
Yeah, through the Braille Institute website that they send you.
okay.
And every time I register, it says this website is protected by Google. I don't know why it says that, but that's what it is.
It's protected by Google because you have to sign in. That's the website you're going into that.
Yeah, and you've already
what's their
registered.
name? Created, and you're already registered, so
Uh-huh.
it should already know the password. So you just
Okay.
got to tab down in it, go
Click
into
on
it.
sign in. Yeah, click on sign in because you've already registered. You don't want to keep on clicking on register.
Right.
It's just that's the website you're going into. It's the school-like thing. It's a
It's a
teaching.
secured
So-
website.
They don't want everybody going in there and accessing only
Right.
authorized people.
Okay. All right.
I'm
I'm gonna try to see if I can do it on Monday or Tuesday to get that.
What was it? It was Canvas did that as well sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Excuse me, gentlemen.
All right, he's back. All right, now we can rehelp
Okay,
Lester.
Elizabeth. What do you need?
Gentlemen, you don't have to do a thing. I refreshed it by pushing Alt Tab, so it went through the cycle. went to JAWS, it went to Outlook, and it came back to you guys.
So
It looks
everybody,
perfect.
what did he do? It's not a refresh.
He alt-tabbed.
He
Oh,
alt-tabbed, yeah, but what does that do? What does JAWS tell you to do when something happens?
Right.
It'll say lost focus, right?
Yep.
Lost
No.
focus,
Yeah.
yes.
great.
So what does it tell you to do? It tells you to alt-tab so you can
Press
regain
alt-tab.
focus,
That's
right?
what, that's what it
But
should.
what it, yeah. So what is alt-tab doing?
It's refreshing it.
It's refreshing the
No,
screen.
it is not refreshing
No,
it.
it's
No.
not
Oh, no.
refreshing. Mm-mm.
But if it works,
It's putting it in
It-
focus again.
Focus, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Mm.
it's not putting it in focus again. No, sir.
No.
What would you say that then?
Okay, Mario, would you like to tell me what Alt Tab is actually doing?
It switches you to the program that's open.
To different apps, yes. It
Oh,
switches
that-
you
oh,
between
that
all your
open-
open apps.
I see. I beg your pardon.
No, that's fine, Phil.
Whether the program is minimized or maximized or
maximized.
whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
It's
yes.
just switching you over to it.
as long as it works.
Yeah.
A refresher,
Well,
Lester. So you got to understand that when you hit Alt Tab, you're actually switching from one program to another program to another program that you have open currently.
Now,
Yes.
what happens if you refresh?
First, you got to tell me how to refresh. Have a beer or something?
Well, if you're
Do a bowl of ice
if
cream.
you're in YouTube, what keystroke do you hit to refresh? Anybody?
F5.
F5.
Oh, F5, yeah.
Okay. In Outlook, you use
F9.
F9.
Correct. Yes. Good job,
In
Phil.
How
in
come,
in
how come you can't use F5 in Outlook?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
They
I'm
just-
sure they're using F5 for something else.
There is, I forget what the function is right now, but yes, they do use F5 for a function. But in a lot of programs, F5 is refresh.
So if we're here in Zoom, I would think F5 would be our refresh.
Yeah.
F5 all by itself?
Yeah, because you're in, what's your refresh in a Google browser?
F5.
And what's your refresh in Edge?
F5
F5.
as well, right?
Okay. So
Good.
what are you using when you come into Zoom?
F5.
Your default browser, right?
Yeah.
No, you're not
Okay.
doing F5 as Ulysses.
No? Sorry.
Yeah.
How are you
He
coming
was
in?
answering it to, he was expecting it to be that F5
Yeah.
is the answer.
How Ulysses? How are you coming into a Zoom room with F5?
Because F5 flies you in. It's a F5 fighter jet. Pretty quick, get you in there.
Sorry, Jerry. I was wrong. Sorry.
Now listen carefully, Ulysses.
Yeah.
I was saying we come in here through the browser. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The two
Yeah.
most used browsers, especially through this group,
Uh-huh.
is Google or Microsoft Edge.
Uh-huh.
And I asked, what were the refresher button for those? F5. They're the same.
Okay.
Most browsers they are. I haven't found one where it hasn't been, but there might be.
Okay.
One that
Does
So-
Google Chrome do the same thing?
What browser are you coming in? You said F5.
Oh, did I say that? I am so sorry.
Yeah.
My
So
apologies.
which browser are you using?
Chrome, Edge.
Chrome. Yeah. Or Edge? Which one?
I would prefer Chrome.
So which one are you using? Was the question. And
Oh,
you're all over the place. You're all
I know. He's like, I
saying
prefer
all of them. Safari?
Firefox.
okay, Edge.
You're using Edge? Okay.
Yeah,
And now mine goes to Edge too.
yeah.
I'm not using any browser.
Me either.
What you're using the little app, huh?
Yeah.
So what
I
is
do.
the app using? It has to use.
No, it doesn't because you can
Ah.
actually with the app, it just actually goes right to
It goes directly to
right
them.
to the
Goes
server.
right into the internet to the server.
Right,
But
directly
it
to the
has
server.
to use some kind of way of doing that.
Yeah, it uses the
Go to a
HTTP
search.
address,
Okay.
but
But guess what, Jerry? I'm using that app too. And
Well,
if I go Alt Tab, because I have other stuff open on Edge, it goes through everything I have on the browser and zooms right there on my browser. And I'm using that app.
really? Because I don't get that. I don't get Zoom on my browser.
Open up a tab.
Mine
Because
doesn't do that.
otherwise it doesn't show anything if you don't have any other tabs open. I've been working all day on it, and it's
That's
what it
weird because
does. I
I
open
don't
it through that app.
I open the
My
app, but I don't get a separate like tab on Google Chrome or on Edge.
Nope.
Okay.
Neither do I.
Well, I'm telling you, I do. If you want to come see my picture,
No, I believe you. I'm just saying that's weird because it
Yeah.
doesn't happen on
because
mine.
it has the apps open, and then it has the internet open.
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't know
The
how
browser.
I
Yeah.
don't know how you guys are set up, but like mine,
Mhm.
mine I just directly connect into the app directly connects me into the server, and I don't have no browser tabs that come open that say
Oh.
Zoom at
So
all.
show them or explain to them how to internet search using a correct EIP address without using a browser.
You want me to explain to you how to do it?
That's what I just asked. Explain to them how to do
Okay.
it.
Okay, so for example, I'm going to give you the perfect example. Okay, I have built my own NAS. Okay, which is a
No. On my computer right now,
yes.
show me how
Okay,
to do that with I don't need you can't don't tell me I created my own browser. No,
no,
that means you're using a browser.
no, I'm not.
Without a browser,
Uh-huh,
with the correct IEP address,
uh-huh.
how you can go straight onto the internet. Because you can. You don't need a browser
What
to go.
does EIP mean?
What
I
does what?
didn't probably said the letters wrong.
Oh,
But the correct address to the website, right?
oh,
You don't need a browser to go there with your
nope.
computer. So that's what I'm asking him to
You
do.
can
And he was saying, "Oh, I created my own browser."
no, I
Just
never
let you
said that,
know.
sir.
See,
I
he said NAS.
I said I created my own NAS, which is a network backup system, which is
Uh,
not a browser, sir.
Okay, but we're not creating one here. None of us have that.
Well, you said that
So
how is
I
one
don't
way?
want to create something. I said, explain to them how to do it without a browser or any kind of aids. Your computer can do it. So explain to them how they can do that.
Okay, let me think of the best way to explain it. Give me one moment here. One moment, friends.
Without using Grok.
No,
I know he's running.
Yeah.
Or
I don't
asking
know.
Siri.
Besides this
Siri.
slacker, he's a Grokster.
It is. It's very grokky. Because if you know the correct address, you don't need any kind of browser. You can go straight
Well,
to it.
you could use command line tools
Mhm.
such as your network utilities, for example, like most operating systems have.
Mhm.
Like, so you could type in, for example, um, like,
It's the oldest way of connecting, and before browsers were even made.
and then they had peer-to-peer, of course,
Mhm.
connections. You could always open up your command prompt or terminal if you're talking about a Linux system, and then
Mhm.
you could type
Mhm.
in an address and hit enter.
Yeah, that's Linux.
Like, for example, you could do ping 192.168.1.1, for example, and that would tell you yes, hey, yes, this is a valid address. It tell you how long it took, for your request to get there, and how long it took to respond to you. So
You You could also type in ping and then like the URL,
Yep.
like Microsoft.com, if you don't know the IP address.
No, and you can easily always open up, like I said, your command prompt and type it in there. Like you can type in telnet, TELNET, like 192.168.1.100:80 for the port. And you could put an HTTPS in front of it if it's secure, or HTTP.
So there's a search box down here, and it used to work in the past on your taskbar,
Huh?
right? You used
Yes.
to be able to put HTTP, a correct address with all the right whistles, and it would go through without a browser.
Mm-hmm.
Why was that? This was before they put Edge on a computer
Or
and or
was it?
any of those.
Well, there you go. You kind of answered it, because there really was no other no other way to do it.
Yeah, but it wasn't a browser per se.
No.
It was a search box.
Mhm.
And if you had the address correct, you could get to it.
Yep.
Remember dial up?
Oh, unfortunately, I do. I'm trying to forget it,
You could
man.
still do that, but now it falls under your default, which would be Edge, if that's what you still have as your default.
Mhm.
So it would go through that way through your Edge. So apparently your app, so what you're telling everybody is the app itself is making its own connection through your computer to
Yep,
go
that
to
is
the
correct.
website.
That is correct. And so does Mario's. Mario's does the same thing.
Wow. I wish mine would do that. So
Mm-hmm.
get sick of closing out all those fucking apps that Zoom opens.
Well, maybe you need to download the latest version of it.
No, I do. I have it's just I use your name password to download
Yeah, but you
the
can use that on an
newest
old version
version.
of it.
No, I got the newest version of it.
That is
I
weird.
just upgraded it and everything.
Maybe I'll have to get with you on that.
Get in there and see if I hit a setting or
Yeah,
something, huh?
yeah, I'm glad to see, because that's weird.
Yeah.
Because mine and Mario's don't do that. We're the cool kids.
You're the cool kids on the block? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Any other
Oh,
computer
okay.
questions? Yes. No.
1.
So how would I get to
I got a computer question.
what,
Yes.
real quick?
Where did the virus Kenny go?
I don't know.
Ah.
He's done disappeared. So real quick, what would it mean if I put FTP before an IP address?
What?
File transfer protocol.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. But what does that mean, Mario?
You're transferring files without without no, because you can do it with the browser.
Uh-huh.
You're transferring the files instead of the raw files instead of having like a link to it.
Well, what is the advantage of FTP?
File to file transfer.
Yes, that is what it does. But what is the advantage of it?
It's quick to transfer.
It can be quick. It just depends on yours and their connection.
How safe is it?
Not
Depends.
very anymore.
Well, actually, it depends on if how well you know the person that's sending you this
If
shit.
you trust the person, yeah.
But you know what the biggest advantage of FTP is?
What?
The biggest advantage is you're not restricted to a 50 megabyte file. You can actually transfer bigger files.
Oh,
Mm.
the written no restriction. In
Correct.
other words.
Unrestricted transfers, huh?
Yeah, you're not stuck to.
Unless you're transferring across borders.
But but the problem is like if you're using, for example, if you're using
You
Google,
had to get what?
like Gmail or any other email, the most you can send is 50 megs.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
Computer questions, issues.
And then what's the new one coming down the pike?
New one, what?
Computer issues.
Billy, last any Ulysses, any other computer issues?
Spillies.
Any other computer questions?
You Spillies, new computer issues?
Yeah.
Right at the moment.
Let's see. I have new
Oh,
computers.
he's having a computer issue right now. It doesn't reach to the restroom.
Yeah. Let's see.
Less?
Hmm. Computer question.
Oh, his brain's smoking, Jerry. Now you done it, man.
Switching a bit.
Lester, didn't you have a question?
Well, I'm thinking, but I can't think of one until it happens. That's the problem.
Oh,
What if it already happened, but you forgot it happened?
Oh yes, I
how's
have a
the
question for Mr. Jerry on 365 if I can.
Here,
Yes.
Bill, any question that you'd like to ask us?
Yes, having to put your dad's on this. Yeah.
Oh.
what? What? I didn't hear that.
Question, Ulysses.
Oh, can you get
Okay,
me a napkin?
my
Yes,
question
yes.
is, if I do keep the old Outlook, which I do want to keep and not upgrade to the new Outlook, can I still use Microsoft 365?
Well, why couldn't you?
Yeah, because by the time
Are you
Windows,
paying for it?
no,
Then how could you use Office 365 if you're not paying for it?
I haven't even upgraded to Microsoft 365 yet.
Is that an upgrade?
No,
And what are you currently using?
I'm using Outlook on
What
my
though?
computer. On my computer, I use Outlook.
What though?
Outlook is Microsoft Office. What
Right.
version of Outlook are you using?
What is your
Microsoft
Office?
Office.
Are you on Office 16, 14, 10, 19, 21?
I believe it's Office 21 or 16. I'm not sure though. I'm not
Hmm.
double check.
You should know.
Yeah, you should know.
How new is it? When was the last time they updated your computer software?
Um, because I remember one time, Bill, when I was working with you, we were able to update my Outlook. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the last time I checked it. It's been a while since I have not updated my Outlook on my computer.
If you open up Word, it tells you like Word 16 or
Well,
Yeah.
it won't tell you if it's 21. Well, yeah, it does in the about, but the update's 365 if you look there. So you got to go look at the about and it'll tell you what you got.
Okay. I'm
So
not
go
double
Alt F arrow down to account
account. Yeah.
and
now
then go look to about.
Okay.
if you happen to have Office 21, why would you upgrade or try to downgrade yourself to 365?
Yeah, you would not want to do that.
Oh no. Never mind. I'm kind of just curious.
All you want to do is update.
Update. Okay.
Computer question.
I mean,
Yes.
and unless you want to give Outlook, Office a bunch of your money every year, then you can go switch over to Office 365.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I think Lester has a question.
You know, Jaws went up.
Yeah, $4.50.
I heard
Huh?
You know how much Fusion is now a year?
How much is it for Fusion?
$190.
187 or 89. Might as well be 200 bucks.
Wow.
you might as well just say $200.
You know, I think they all went up almost 10 bucks.
Computer question.
Yes.
Okay, let's ask your question. Okay. when I'm doing an email and I want to list, let's say, keystrokes, if I do one all by itself, and I didn't know this, I hit 2, and there's 2 2s there. And if I hit 2, 3 comes up, and so forth. But if I put a comma after the 1 or a period, and I found this out by accident,
Oh, sorry, what'd you
I
say?
can put my own 2, but I have to put a comma or period after that. But if I do straight numbers, 1, it automatically puts a 2 in there. When I get finished doing that, I go to the next line, it automatically puts a 3 in. And then sometimes
Complaining
what
about.
happens is it'll take line 2 and put it above line 1.
I have no idea what you just said.
Sneezing like
Okay, I'll repeat it in a different way.
Yeah.
When I'm writing an email for keystrokes,
Mm-hmm.
put number 1 keystroke.
How
I
you
wrote the
writing that?
keystroke.
How you typing that?
The way I type all of them with the keyboard.
ONENUMBER 1 RONE
No,
space.
no, the number 1, the 1 1.
Okay, you just do
single,
1 and then you space. That's it.
yes.
Okay.
And then automatically it puts number 2 in.
Mm-hmm.
When I enter to go to the next line, it
Right.
automatically puts 2 in.
Mm-hmm.
I enter at that end of that line, it automatically puts 3 in.
Right. So far, what's your problem with that?
But sometimes the number, like number 3, will jump up above, not the number, but the line will jump up into 2 and 2 will go into 3.
Have you verified that with a vision, someone with vision?
No,
No. The reason I asked.
is because when I go back to JAWS and read it, I know what line I put in the 3, and the 2 line should be where the 3 is, and the 3 is where the 2 is. But I just delete the whole thing and start over. And by accident, I found if you do number 1, the artificial I, 1, and a comma, the number 2 doesn't show up. You have to put it in yourself
Now,
You
with
put
a
a
comma.
comma.
you know what I found works best, Mr. Les.
What's that?
1 period.
What I find works best is if we go up to our upper ribbon, and then after we get in our upper ribbon, if we go into our lower ribbon, and then we go to where it says numbering, the option by tabbing till you hear it say numbering, and then choose that. Then it puts the numbers there, and your lines will go correctly wherever you're typing after the number. It's
Okay.
it's a feature in Word. It's called numbering.
Okay. I don't have to put the comma or period after it anymore.
No, it would do it automatically if you go to the numbering.
That's what it's doing now, automatically 1. Then,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you actually go up and choose it from the options, then it will correctly do it and not cause any miscombobulations.
okay, I will do that.
Hey,
It-
are you
And
are
just to
you
let
keeping up with your updates there, Lester?
Yes, sir.
and to
The
let you
only one
know
I didn't do was JAWS that just came in.
Mr. Les,
Yes.
there is a lesson that is in the Google Drive where we talked about working with the upper and lower ribbon within Word and Excel. It works for all of them.
Hey,
Okay.
you shouldn't be doing that. There's something that you can do when you're typing to make that happen. And right now it's escaping me exactly what that is.
But I type it like if I was typing a letter without numbers.
Mm.
But this time I'm using numbers for keystrokes,
Mm-hmm.
and I push N to get to the end of the sentence. Then I push tab twice to leave a blank between the one and the two.
Why are you doing that?
Because I like
You
it better.
disrupt you disrupt the order of the numeric numbering when you do one period and then type in the sentence, or keystroke, and then
Right,
you hit enter, gives you the next number after. Doesn't matter how many lines you create, right?
right,
So if you're using backspace or tab, right, or something like that, you're disrupting the numerical numbering. So you got to start over again. So you type 2 for your next line and do it manually. You're gonna have to do that each and every time because of doing that thing. You're disrupting the sequence. The
okay.
sequence is supposed to be one point, period, space, right? Click.
Hmm.
So it starts the numeric numbering for your keystrokes or for whatever directions. Okay? You type in what you want, you hit enter. If you disrupt anything, you do anything other than just typing in directions or keystrokes, right?
Right,
Okay? Doesn't matter how many lines it is. As soon as you hit enter, it's going to go to number 2. And nothing's going to disrupt it. If you put in anything else, like the tab for what do you call it, indenting or something like that, you just
right.
disrupted the numeric numbering going down the line. So it's not going to do it again.
Ah, but
I know
I,
you're saying it's pulling up numbers on you, but it has no it lost track of where you're at and what it's doing. So you disrupted it, is what I'm telling you. It's not
okay,
going to
now
keep continuing going.
I understand 100% what you're talking about. But if I do one comma,
I, I lose you.
no, I'm here.
Okay.
If I
Mic
do
drops.
number one, comma, write the line, space, number two, comma, it doesn't do that jumping. But
No,
if I,
because you're typing it in.
okay. Oh, okay, I got it now.
You're still typing line one. You didn't press enter to go to the next line. That's why it doesn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got it now.
You got it figured?
Man, no wonder I got so mad. I'm saying, what the heck is this? I put this in number three, it's back into number two. Number four goes into number, I, and then I got two twos, two threes. Oh, wait a minute, man. Okay,
I I've done that when I've introduced letters under each number
right.
and gotten myself all screwy because I was doing something similar, thinking I was doing it right. But
Okay.
yeah, you gotta think about it because it doesn't know that that's what you want after it gets, it does it a certain way. So
Yeah.
once you go off that, it doesn't know. It's like I don't know what he's doing.
I,
Computer's dumb.
yeah.
Remember that.
Oh yeah. Operator too. But that's
Mm.
beside the point.
Usually the operator's smarter, even though it's just the computer's dumb because it can only take what you give it, right?
Yeah.
So you're still smarter than the computer. Because you're
Now,
putting the information that you want. It's just the computer's not understanding it because it's too stupid to understand you.
now, what happens, Mr. Les, is say you're done doing your list, right?
Yes.
Hit enter twice, and it will then discontinue trying to put numbers or anymore after that.
You say if you do it
So
without the comma,
no, so say you did one period, right?
yes.
And then you typed in whatever, and then you hit enter, right, to go to your, and it's going to put a 2 period automatically. Okay. And then you type
Okay.
whatever. Say you're done with your list, and you no longer want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? After the last thing you put in your list of numbers, you hit enter twice. It will no longer put a number on the next line.
Ah, so you can't, if you put the period, you can't space them. Only the self-typed in numbers you can space.
No, that's not what I said. I said
No.
say you've done your list of numbers 1 through 5, right? And you typed everything you want to type in there. But now you want to type other stuff, but without any numbers, right?
Right.
You hit enter twice.
Or you can backspace twice. Or is it 3?
It's 3.
Yeah.
But enter twice will then discontinue numbers.
Oh,
And
okay.
you got it, Les?
Yes.
You press enter once, it'll give you the next number. You press enter right after. It's essentially saying, okay, stop with the numbering.
Okay. Got it. I like that idea.
And that's it. That's just a quick hint in case you want to type more than just a list.
I never gave that any thought. I really didn't. Okay. That's going to go in the memory bank.
Hey, Jerry.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Jerry?
Beep.
Well,
I
hey.
said yes.
Okay. If let's say you want to print out that list, would that last number print out?
Okay. So if you're say if you've done 5 numbers in your list, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
If you just hit enter twice really quickly, it won't print a number 6 at all. Number 6 won't show
Oh,
up.
it won't even come out.
Correct. But you got to
All
do it
right.
quick. You got to hit enter. Like
And it
Yeah.
exactly that.
justifies left.
Yep. Yep.
I'm going back the old-fashioned way. Number 1, comma. Number 2, comma.
How's
Why
that old fashioned? I never heard of
but
one
what
comma
but why
before.
would you do a comma though, Mr. Les? I'm not understanding your logic.
Because
If you're wanting a number list, if you do 1 period, type out whatever you want and then hit enter, it's going to put a 2 period in the next line automatically.
but I would like a space between them.
But
So
do you know what a comma's for?
all I know is what I learned on the computer. I don't know the technical stuff, but I know
No, well, you learned what a comma was in school. What are you talking about? You don't know computer stuff.
no what I mean. I don't know what the comma actually does except keep it from automatically numbering it.
No. They're
Okay.
thinking too hard. Don't even think computers. What is a comma for?
A comma is to start something new. Means, hey, I got another thing coming,
It's a
or another
pause.
word's coming.
It's a pause.
It's a pause.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
but
So you're
Mr.
saying one pause and
Mhm.
then
But Mr. Les, but
shift two.
but say Mr. Les, you're typing out something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you put 1 period and then you type out something. If you don't want two periods to show up, just hit enter twice really quickly, and the next line wouldn't show it to.
Okay.
But
I
I mean,
understand what you're talking about.
but if you're starting like with 1 period, like you're making a list, I wouldn't see why you wouldn't continue the list. Like at least have 5 things, different numbers you wanted, or at least a couple numbers.
He's
Right.
also trying to do like a one period, typing in a keystroke and the def what it does, and then he wants a space, and then two period.
Right. So to get a space, if he hits enter twice, he'll get just a space, but it won't
It
put a
won't
two.
start, won't put a two. So if you want to do two less, you can hit your space bar to the next line
Mm-hmm.
and then hit enter. It'll give you a two with the space between the one and the
Yep.
two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I understand all that.
Because if you tab, then you did something that's different than doing a number sequence.
No, I don't do any tabbing on that.
Or
I do I do the number one comma, write my
well,
keystroke.
number one comma is not going to give you a number two comma.
No,
Exactly.
I want to
So
put the two in by myself
But
okay,
why? Why are you trying to give yourself more work? I'm not understanding that.
a
because
comma two is not a proper thing to do after a number for a sequence of.
It
So,
sounds like he doesn't want the auto numbering. He wants to do it himself.
but why is what
Okay,
I'm
but
asking.
just do one
I
then,
don't
or
know.
you can turn off the number in sequence. You
So,
don't
Miss,
have to do a comma. You can just do one.
yeah. So, Mr.
Very.
Les, why are you trying to like do it yourself? Or what is the purpose?
because when I do it, number it one through something automatically,
Mhm.
like you said. Now I understand why I did a double space. I wanted a blank. So I do blank, I do enter and enter again, and that's my number two. But as I went down the line, like I said, it was taking number three and putting into number two, and number two became number three. And even if I got down to six, sometimes six would go into three
Yep.
and so forth.
Well, one thing I like to do too, Mr. Les, is I like to go into my home tab and then go under where it says like paragraph by tabbing. And then under paragraph, there's this thing called line spacing. It's really great. It it lets you basically choose, whether you want a two,
How you want it.
yeah,
Double line
like
spacing between lines and all
yeah,
that. Hmm.
and it's really awesome, man. See, and if we use those things,
Which, if you want double spacing between letters, is control one for one space,
yeah,
control two for
two for
double
two.
space.
Control 3 for the third one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But if you do that at the beginning, Mr. Les, and you go up there and you set your line spacing,
And then there's line spacing.
and then when you do one period, the line spacing is just going to automatically happen when you hit enter.
Is that, I'm wondering if that control one, is that working in Outlook?
I believe so.
It
Where it brings
should,
up
yeah.
the dial where you can do alignment and all that?
Oh, yeah, if you're in the body of the text, yes.
Mm.
But you got to be make sure you're in the
In the
body of the.
body of the text, yeah.
Mhm.
So if you do that, as long as you don't use the numbers, a regular email will stay the way it is, one line right after another then.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. As
Okay.
if you have it set up that way, right?
Yeah, if you got it set that way, yeah.
So email, I'm going to call it verbal emails are different than using numbers. Like number one, keystroke. Number two, space bar.
Right.
That you can do with the double jump. Now, when you go into a regular email and say, hey, Jerry, how do I put spaces into the number of spaces I want in the keystrokes I'm writing up? So that email, the original email, you do line by line, will not change
Right.
unless you change it.
Correct.
Okay.
But
Sounds
like,
good to me.
but like, yeah, that's fair. If I'm using Microsoft Word, I am most definitely going in there and setting my line under the by Alt Tab do you know how we get up to our main menu bars?
No.
Alto.
Alt. Alt always takes us to menu bars.
Alto.
So we could hit Alt, and then we could make sure that we're on our home tab, and then you could use our tab key to where we go over to where it says paragraph, and then we could just right or left arrow until we get to the line spacing, and then we could set our format with whatever the line spacing we want, and then you won't ever have problems with not having enough line spacing between your lines.
Mhm.
It's actually an
You do
awesome
line
feature.
spacing, word spacing, because some teachers want that double character spacing between each word, and then
Mhm.
they want single line spacing between each line or double line
Yeah.
spacing. Mm-hmm.
Probably just double line
Used to
spacing.
love that. When we do double line, do 4-line spacing because that way I don't have to write as long of a paper.
That's a good idea.
There is, if you you can listen to the different ones in the Google Drive, Mister Lester. There's a thing where I'm going over the menu bars and all that and the options in Word.
It is, I thank you. I learned something, and it was frustrating when I was trying to do the keystrokes. Um,
Well, if you have someone else that created a document, right, and you go in there and you try to put spacing between 1, 2, 3, and all that, you will mess up the numbering because it will
Yep,
continue as a new set of numbers.
yep.
So you'll get a 1, 2, 3, 2, or something like that
And
yeah,
a
because
lot of
you're messing it up.
and a lot of times when if you get a Word document from someone else, you got to do a phi to open it, not pi, but phi.
FIE, yeah, so that you can do editing to it.
yeah. I figured that out the first time. I did my keystrokes, numbering them. I was on number 3, but I wrote the wrong keystroke, so I wanted to put that in there. And I had one heck of a time deleting the 1, the 3, because the 3, no, not the number 3, but
Mhm.
the keystroke I wrote. And
Are you writing it or are you copying and pasting it from something else?
nope, I'm writing it fresh.
Okay. Because I was gonna say if you're copying from something else, you're bringing the aspects or the wrong word. You're bringing whatever they did on that line to your document.
Yes. That I don't touch. Like since I got the 2 computers, if I got to change something, I just retype the whole thing all over because I found that I made a big mistake on that too. So
Yeah.
I'm learning.
I used to do that all the time when I was in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some things you can't, I just don't understand why you can't copy and paste them, but
Mr. Lesson, you want to know something that's really easy?
what's that?
Um, if you uh, if you go to Grok, right,
Mhm.
and then you just type your keystrokes out. Don't put numbering. Just type them out. One, and then enter 2, enter, and then after you type after you type them out without putting the numbers in front of them,
You can
if
ask Grok to
and then at
do
the
it
end,
in
yeah, you ask
number
Grok
with
to go ahead and put the
spacing
number
and
in.
all that.
Yep, and it'll do it for you.
I got to learn how to use that because um, I got involved in a program that I'm going to be sending letters out to certain people. And that sounds like a fantastic thing that I can make it sound average or professional. So I got to learn how to do that.
Yep. Well, not only that,
That
like I said,
Jerry's gonna write up a letter to send out to you.
but not only that though is what I'm saying is what you can also do is you can type up your keystrokes without putting the numbers, and then just
Right.
tell Grok to make it a list for you.
You can have it. You can tell it after you do it all this.
Yes.
You type in correct grammar spelling, put this in
Unless
yeah, put this in a list with spacing between each number. So a number list with spacings between each number.
and they'll do it. Boom, boom.
Wow. Is that
You can
program
also
hard to use or
no.
Mhm.
Mm-mm.
It's AI, Beth,
okay?
but it just works.
No,
I do all
I'm
my
curious.
attendance with it.
Now that I'm back from my ice cream and I've been
Welcome
trying to
back.
listen to all of you,
Uh-oh.
I wonder, I wonder when we get Windows 11, which we'll have to eventually, will we have to,
Mhm.
will it be the new Outlook?
Well, first off, you're not going to have to go to Windows 11.
Because in October, they're not
Mhm.
supporting Windows 10.
That's
Correct.
correct.
And so I would just go to Windows 11. By that time, I might.
Someone's been telling us that 12 would be coming out there, Phil.
You think so?
Well, it's supposed to come out that sometime after October or during October.
Oh,
One of those months in that time frame, Windows 12 will be out. Yes,
oh, good. Then I'll just go to 12.
yes, and you'll be a lot happier for it.
Oh,
Stay
good.
here.
I'm deeply pleased.
You will be.
So are we all.
You'll avoid the disaster of Windows 11.
Hmm.
See, when I ordered my new computer, I told him, I says, why don't you put Windows 10 in there? Because I heard Windows 12 is coming out within the next year, and it sounds like it's 100% better than 11. He says, we can't do that. He says,
Oh,
because they're closing out 10, and we're not going to spend the money for 10, so we can put 11 in. I says,
Said that.
the guy that I'm getting the computer from.
He's a moron.
He's he's spewing you full of he doesn't want to do the work. It it's free for one to put it into 10, dump an 11, put it in 10. So it's not costing him anything but time.
Yep, exactly. But that's
And he
okay.
said,
Just use 11 and then just upgrade to 12
Yeah,
for
just use
free.
11. Few more months.
Yeah, that ain't gonna kill you.
he did say he looked at the list I gave him, what you guys gave me,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
and all he said is, there might be one or two things I can't get you. He
Like what?
says you got to put Outlook, not Outlook, uh, Open Book in by yourself,
Right, that's natural though. So yeah,
and Bart Express by yourself,
which is natural. That's easy enough.
Mhm.
and he's going to get me to 2 years upgrades for everything that costs money.
Like what? What would cost money?
Jaws,
JAWS.
Okay, that's
Outlook,
very good. Jaws, okay.
So he's installing JAWS and giving you 2 upgrades.
Two
Okay.
upgrades, yep. Two upgrade cycles.
That's pretty that's
2
normal
years free.
practice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just normal. So what else?
Uh, he's going, he says they're going to put in, what is it? A 32-bit. And he says,
32-bit with
32
the
gig,
JAWS.
why? Or,
32 gigabytes of RAM, maybe?
yeah.
Yeah,
There you
okay.
go.
30, I was going 32-bit now.
I was gonna say that's
What?
been out forever. You're
Don't do
going old
that.
school.
Okay, 32 gigs, yeah. That's
32
good.
gigs. I'm sorry.
Well, that's good.
That'll help.
And he says there's enough room to build it up. Uh, what is it, 64 if I want to go there.
And I bet you can even go more than that. I'll bet you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah.
How much
And
memory is he gonna put on there for you?
Hey, Dale. How much of a
I'd be
hard
a
drive?
liar if I
How,
told you. I think, I'm not sure if he said 5 or 8. If
no,
I'm
no.
thinking,
How big of
No.
a hard drive did he say he's going to give you?
I don't remember that.
Like 1 terabyte, 256
And
gigabyte?
did he tell you the processor?
All he said is there's only two things we can't give you. The rest you're going to love.
Right, but is it an AMD processor? Is it an Intel processor?
Jerry, I don't know.
Ah,
And he says, if we can't do what I said we can do, I'll let you know and you can make a decision on what you want to do. I
right.
mean, that's stupid. If you can't get the top, you go next to the top. You know,
Yeah.
what are you gonna call me for? He's
Yeah.
giving me, he says it's a high performance camera and speaker,
Okay.
Well,
a what did he say?
They give those a
27
diamond.
inch
Yeah.
Oh wow.
or a 23-inch screen.
Boy, he's
mhm.
getting you an awful small screen. Wow.
Well, most platforms with laptops, right? Or is he
No,
getting a desktop?
he's getting a desktop.
Well, then
Desktop.
he is given a real small screen.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Wow.
Dude, I got a
Maybe
widescreen at work, and
maybe I'm
it's
wrong on the size, but
mm,
new
I hope so.
keyboard.
Nice.
He says high performance speakers and a mouse.
Wow.
I
Okay.
high performance speakers and a turbo mouse. Yeah,
Yeah.
woo! Ow!
And he says it's a high
That's
performance
that's called
camera.
slush.
Yes.
All that's good and all, but you can always get those things yourself and get exactly what you want. Like Mr. Phil there, he's
Yeah.
got his speakers like he wants, so he didn't have to
And
be put with the high performance speakers that they call high performance, but
hey,
aren't really high performance.
Mr. Phil,
Yes.
tell Mr. Lester about your speakers, sir.
Well, when I first got the very first computers back in the 90s, they gave me the something blaster.
Sound Blaster. Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. And for the time that I had the computer, and even uh, as things got starting to get newer and newer, I noticed some distortion in the old computer, the speakers that I had. You turn on and turn off with the knob, like in the transistor radios that we used to have. And I was saying, well, why am I getting all this distortion? And Jerry inveigled me into getting a very fine system. Mr. Phil, you're going to like it. It's much better. It's going to much more high performance. You won't have this distortion. And I'll get you the one that makes sense for you because it fits right in my bedroom on the windowsill, the speaker. It's a sound bar. Now
Yep.
that's not a bar you drink from, it's a bar
Mhm.
you listen from.
Now, boys and girls, the word of the day is
Sound.
inveigled.
What was the word of the day, Jerry? For Billy? The word
In bageled.
inveigled, yes. And I said, well, I don't know. I mean, I'll have to ask my brother-in-law, that Warren, what measured it. And then we got it. And it goes, I have surround sound. And on top of all that, I talked myself into it, Warren's suggestion of getting a Bluetooth, what do you call the thing?
Dongle.
No, it's a Bluetooth device that is sitting on my desk.
Yes.
Uh, because we can't do it from the Bluetooth, the little Bluetooth, the small Bluetooth that I got.
Right.
It's a
And,
dongle.
and then I bought a Bluetooth receiver,
Hmm.
which is hanging up on a screw in my living room, and I put the radio stations on. Then I go in and turn on and I could the Bluetooth in the living room and make sure that this device is turned on. And when I turn it on, it goes blue blue, which lets me know it's on.
Yep.
Transmitter.
a
Yeah,
transmitter.
and then I go to the moon every day, and I don't want to get used to it, so I don't even notice it. But I go to the moon with it. This
What
damn clock is a pain in the ass.
so what he's telling you, Lester, it's a very awesome sound, and he really likes it a lot.
I do. And it meets my needs. And although when I hear about Billy's radio station quality thing, I think, well, but then it wouldn't fit in here. So this really is wonderful. And what I did was I put lock dots on some of the buttons because it's just not, it can't, like volume and bass and a high, medium, low, and all that sort of thing. And it's a little tricky to get the bass adjusted, but I'm learning, and you just gently touch it, and it sets it pretty much where I want it. Oh, I'm telling you, Lester, if you might like such a thing, but you might like the speakers they're going to give you if they don't sound like transistor radios.
And most of the time, if they're talking about speakers, they're generic.
Yeah.
Their
There's
idea of high quality speakers are two speakers, one that connects to the other one, but they sound like crap.
Really?
Yes.
Because when I first got,
Because they're basic stereo
that's
high
it.
sound. Yeah.
I got the speakers, and when I first got my computer, and I got a woofer, big woofer box. It was
No,
on
he won't get that though. No,
No,
won't
he's
get
He
that.
won't.
They're going
It
to
might have like a little woofer thing sticking out the back of them, like a little woofer hole.
they'll
Try
give-
to make that sound, but their help with the speakers, but it
More than
won't
likely-
be anything like what you're talking about. Sound quality really jumps
more than
when you
likely
get away from those.
more than likely it's going to be a $20 Amazon speaker.
But like Les, what's important is not screen, you're a JAWS user, right? The
Right.
screen, the monitor doesn't matter really all that much. The speakers don't matter really all that much.
Because you're using a
When you're
headset.
talking talking the desktop, right?
Yes.
What matters is the guts in that desktop.
Yep.
Mhm.
Are you getting an old athlete in his 80s, or are you getting an athlete prime in his
20s.
teens?
Yeah.
Yeah, or 20s. That's what you want. You processor, RAM, memory,
And graphics.
graphics card. Yeah.
Yep.
Especially for us users of JAWS or any of Freedom Scientific stuff, it really needs a good graphics card. Doesn't need the best graphics card, but it needs a good graphics
Yep.
card. Not something that they throw in on one of these fly by night, sell at the store in bulk computers. Unless you get something you pay a little more for, where they charge you double than what it's worth.
What graphics card do I have, Jerry? I never really talked about
You
it.
have the worst graphics card he could get you there, Philly.
No.
He went so cheap he didn't want to tell you.
If I remember, Mr. Phil, I believe you have a 30 series graphics card, RTX, which is
I
NVIDIA.
think you stepped him up past mine, if I remember right.
Is it? That's a very good quality. What do you call? What did you call it?
Graphics card, yes.
Graphics card.
16 gigs. It's got 16 gigs
Yeah.
of RAM in it.
Wow.
I'm a 12 gig of RAM's graphics card.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How many gig of RAM do graphics cards have?
There's usually two variants, except for if you want to go with the newest 50 series graphics card, but they normally come in either 8, 12, or 16 are the variants that they are commonly. But for JAWS users, the 16 gigabyte variant is the best.
Well, you see what I mean? He got me the best, Lester.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
It does, huh?
So,
Well, when I got my laptop, 12 was like wasn't the best, but it was like good. It was working good with JAWS back then. It still does. Like computers, I can't say nothing bad about my computer with the
Now-
AMD Ryzen.
Now Mario's
7.
got a 40 RTX 40 series because, of course, he just got his.
It's because he's spoiled.
Yeah, he is. And of course, he's got the 16 gigabytes of RAM as well. So he's really spoiled up there.
Mine, wait a minute. Mine's 16? I thought you said mine's 12.
No, you got 16 gigs of RAM on your graphics card, sir.
I have to ask you a question though, Jerry.
I'm pretty sure
I
it's yes.
I'm sure we can't do anything about it now, but I got rid of the speakers and the woofer.
Yes.
If I had plugged this woofer into or the sound bar into the woofer, would that have been a good thing, or would that woofer be really out of date and not work?
No, the woofer is unfortunately out of date. I mean, you would
You
not.
got a thing that's doing that on the soundbar
Yeah, the
itself.
sound bar is
So
already
you don't
got a
need a
woofer built
woofer
in.
anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, it does it itself. It's got all those in there.
Yes.
That's right. You reminded me it did.
Yes, it does, sir.
Oh.
That's why if you put a movie through that thing, you can get some pretty nice quality sound, movie sound.
Amazing sound, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's interesting.
8 things that you're learning tonight, Mr.
I
Bill.
Yeah, and I got me the tiny little sound bar.
Phil's
You-
got a
A radio station quality one with the Sony, for God's sakes.
No, I
Remember-
got to play with one. I
Oh.
got Sony's base model sound bar. It's a little thing. It puts out really good sound. You can hear the voices.
Mr.
Yeah.
Phil's got a denim.
Unlike just the stereo sound. You know, like high performance stereo, the voices are kind of drowned.
Oh.
Now
Uh-huh.
with the sound bar, it brings the voices out, so you can hear the voices. So you get better quality. But I don't have if I had that, I'd be like in heaven.
Oh, I know.
If I had that sound bar
And
from
Mr.
Sony.
Oh, you already tried it out. I have
Yeah,
the
I got to play with it. Yeah.
HP 216 I have.
Yeah, he's got a denim sound bar.
I'm going to ask the fatal question.
Go ahead. We'll shoot you later.
Cost.
That was
Cost for the sound bar?
Yeah.
I'm
It depends
guessing.
on what sound bars you get.
Phil, how much was your sound bar? Like 60 or 80 bucks, something like that. It wasn't super expensive.
I don't think it was super expensive. Why am I thinking 200?
It might have been. Oh yeah,
if he got a good sound quality bar, it's 300 or more. You can get a sound bar for about $100.
No, I
Really?
think you're right,
And
Mr. Bill. I think you
they're
paid like
decent.
two something or two, just a little bit over 200.
Like my little Sony sound bar.
Yep.
And it's limited on a lot of things, but it does really good sound. It was $100.
Yeah, I think Phil paid like 2 or just a little bit over 2 for his.
Little over 200 for that.
But it's a super nice one. It was like he got it on sale though.
The one I won is like 300 and something.
Yeah, I think Phil's was originally over 300 too, but he got a sale.
A sale.
Yeah, he
That
got
was
it on
smart.
sale.
Oh, it just sends me to the moon. I mean, I listen to it in here, and then I can go listen to it in the living room. Whereas I used to before, I couldn't listen to I'd have to stay in my bedroom to listen to my programs all day. Ridiculous.
Yes,
Mhm.
it was.
You hear that?
And now you guys, Phil's got the freedom to do what he wants. And
Yes.
with that, I will end the recording. We'll end the lesson for tonight.
Oh, it was a very
It was
good.
a good lesson, Mr. Jerry.